going. Looks like we got Lori joining us. So hey Ginger, just a quick introduction. This is Sawand, a friend of mine. We go back since high school, and he is crushing it in Winston-Salem, Greensboro area. I don't even know how many doors he has, but I'm sure he can tell us in a little bit. But he's an investor, and for me, it's even hard enough just to get buyers under contract. So he's going to grace us with some of his knowledge on how to work with investors and any other amazing things he wants to tell us. And without further ado, Sawand, I'll let you take it away. And if you can just kind of introduce yourself a little bit first.
Very, very cool. That's what's up. So I'm Sawand Belcher. I hope everybody's having an amazing day.
It's a fantastic day.
That's cool. That's cool. This is dope. If you guys can, I don't know if you guys know anybody else that wants to be in the room, but definitely, I don't know how this goes, but definitely share the room out to somebody that you might do business with. So that way we can, impact as many people as possible. But Sawand Belcher is my name. And I'm here in Greensboro, like you said. I'm an investor. I have 52 doors now. I've done, I don't know, I guess about 300 and something deals. I don't know. I'll count it up at the end of the year again and see where we're at. But we're over 300 deals that I've purchased now. So, and so I wanted to jump on to just talk about how you guys might be able to benefit from working with investors, because a lot of investors there's a lot of investors in the market right now, period. Whether they're buying their first or whether they're growing their portfolio. And so I think working with realtors, people always tend to, separate realtors and wholesalers, landlords, and rehabbers. But in my opinion, a lot of my deals actually come from realtors, and I typically do a lot of business with realtors. So if there any, before I start talking and jabbering, does anybody do any work with investors right now where they're selling them off-market properties that they might come by or make offers for investors weekly right now?
Yeah, this is Randy. I do investing also myself in the Aiken, South Carolina area. I'm actually in Fort Mill, South Carolina, but I'm finding it's more beneficial to me to be further south because the houses are a little cheaper out there. So I've been doing more wholesaling than anything.
Very, very cool. Very cool. Mr. Rant, you got a camera by chance, or you in a good space where you got a camera just so we can connect with each other?
I'll be in a good space in a minute.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah. I always like the camera so we can get to know each other and make like a real lasting, relationship. Miss Ginger, what about you? Are you working with any investors right now? Uh-oh, we can't hear you. I think you're on mute.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. No, I'm not working with any investors right now. I have in the past. I just don't have any currently.
Okay.
I've just been doing a lot of listings lately, so I'm not complaining. So
nice. No, well,
it seems like every time I've got another one I'm working on now coming soon. So it's like everybody keeps calling. We got a listing. I'm like, I'll take it.
Nice. I love it.
And then I got a buyer the other day and I was lost because literally the last few that I've been doing have been, the last probably 10 or so I've been doing have been listings. I'm like, okay, what do you do with buyers again?
I love it.
It's a lot more work. You got to show them more houses and more offers. And I'm just like, oh, I don't know. Let's go back to the listings a little bit.
That's a really good point though. The person that has the listings, the person that has the property under contract has the most control. You're right about that. That's actually really good. Where are you getting most of your listings from, may I ask?
Sphere of influence. Just friends and family and just everybody I know around me. I've been in the business going on 5 years and never paid for any referrals so far. Okay, it's just been straight, somebody sending me somebody else, my neighbors. It usually is where I live. I'm really good. I've already sold 2 in here and I've only been here a year and 4 months. So, and then the last place I lived, I was in an apartment for about 4 months and I ended up picking up 6 clients there. Nice. And then before that, where I lived, I sold 4 or 5 townhomes in there. So it seems to be where I'm at the most is where I seem to pick it up and then they refer me people.
Very, very, very cool. Very cool. Hopefully I'll touch on something that might could help you with your volume with doing more listings. And then Miss Lori, are you working with any investors right now?
Actually, my husband is Randy. So
Nice.
yeah,
I love it.
he's out of town, so we're in two separate places. So yeah.
Super dope.
Yeah.
Super dope. That's cool that you guys could actually work together. I don't know if I could work with my wife. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, great. So let me tell you, this is how I typically work with realtors, and this is how they typically work with me. And you guys can decide if you like them, then great, then use them. If you don't, then throw them away and forget about it. Okay. So the first way I'm working with wholesalers, landlords, rehabbers. Okay, that's who I'm talking about as far as investors. First way I'm working with them is they're typically doing the grunt work of finding off-market property. Okay, typically they're talking to sellers, making offers, talking to other wholesalers, making offers every single day. Now, the cool thing about that is a lot of their offers that they make aren't for them, right? We as investors, we're looking for like 5% of the market. Okay, so that means 95% of the people that they're talking to is not for them. That's not going to make them any money, but they've already used some kind of marketing to get those people to talk to them. So they already spent it on them. So typically, me as an investor, if I have somebody who actually wants to sell and they know what kind of price they want to, they know what kind of price they want to list it at, and it's a reasonable price that we can actually get by listing it. I'm not an agent, so I'll just I'll represent myself, as I have a great agent. Let me just set up an appointment, with my agent, with you, so we can get your listing started, And so I'll literally send my agents leads, appointments every day. Like today, we've already sent her 2. And so Miss Anna, that's how she gets all of her listings. And she's a listing kind of girl. She doesn't like representing buyers a bunch, okay? Because she's a buyer. She likes doing listings, just like you, Miss Ginger. And so literally, that's all our relationship is. And she pays me monthly, just like a fee. So just like you would pay Zillow, right? You pay somebody locally to set up appointments for people who actually want to sell, who have a particular price that they want to sell at, and they're actually ready. So we don't send her a lead for something to follow up on, because that's just not how investors work as far as their lead follow-up. They would prefer to follow up with their own lead until that lead has gotten to a point where they can make some money off of it. And so that's one of our ways that we work with realtors. I love it, me personally, because I'm investing in my marketing every month, right? So if I can, bring in $1,000 every month from my realtor, and she's able to make some money when she lists it and close it, then amen. I get to replenish my marketing pool. She gets new listings that she really didn't have to work hard for. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Another way I like to work with my realtors is when I have a deal, right? When me as an investor, I have a deal under contract right now, but for whatever reason, I'm not going to close on it. Okay. Or I don't mind closing on it, but my plan is to sell it. So this is what just happened with the deal that I closed on yesterday on Ashley. So I got this property. I'm doing my normal marketing, right? All of that jazz, making offers. I get this deal under contract in a good area. Okay. Houses typically, 3 bedrooms typically sell for like $225 in this area. Okay. I got the house under contract for $65,000. Now, I was gonna keep it. I was gonna keep it, and I was gonna put about $55,000 into it, and then I was gonna do the whole refinance and keep it and rent it out. Okay. I was gonna do that. But I had a realtor just making their calls to investors, and they happen to catch my attention. They say, "Hey man, I know you're not selling anything. I love what you're doing. You're keeping property, da 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 da. But for whatever reason, I got some great buyers. I have some great buyers that don't mind, buying from you, and they're ready to go." And he did a really good job of getting the addresses of the properties that I had under contract at that particular moment. And he got me to give him the addresses, which was great salesmanship on him. And once he got the addresses, he instantly said, hey man, give me an hour. I'm just going to give you numbers that I know that my investors will do. Right. So he ended up bringing a buyer to my deal. And me, I didn't really think that wasn't really like 3% agent material. I felt like that was a flat fee material because that was a lot of value, you know. So he ended up bringing a buyer for 125,000. I got this property on the contract for 65. So I was like, man, I know you're gonna get paid from your buyer as well, but I don't mind paying you like a $5,000 fee, you know, because you're making me good money. You're making me good money. And so don't be afraid to call investors, wholesalers, the We Buy Houses signs, or go on your Google and put in, you know, sell my ugly house in Charlotte or in Greensboro, wherever you guys are, and call those people that pop up on the first page and let them know you got buyers. You know, if you have buyers. If you don't have buyers and you want to be in the buyer lane, go out and find some really good buyers that don't mind closing on deals, and just partner with other investors, you know. Now I will say the disconnect, like I said, because typically whenever people are doing business in this, you're either an investor or a realtor, and people typically don't mix. So when you talk to these investors or wholesalers or landlords, you're going to have to be open to actually having a real relationship with them, not just being like just somebody that's just there to take. You know, you're going to have to be willing to give. If you guys are working in the same market, you guys can have a relationship together. So you need to figure out what that is. But I'm telling you, not a lot of investors, they're typically hold, you know, hard, they got an ego, you know, so you have to be willing to get past that and actually make several phone calls to them and build a relationship where both of you guys are winning. Okay. So it's not going to just be like, oh, I'll pick up one phone call and boom, boom. No, you got to find a way where it's a win-win. Okay. So, and I hope that me telling you how I work with the realtors is a way that you can make it all, you know, put it together. So first way is you as a realtor can get leads, appointment leads, listing leads from investors who are out there doing marketing every single day. Number two is you can actually reach out to investors and see if you can bring buyers to their deal, and they pay you a fee, not a percent. They pay you a fee, so you can make it whatever your fee is. One lady, Hispanic lady, she's a realtor. She has whenever she's working with investors, her flat fee, no matter what, is $5,000, and you're not gonna pay. If you want her to bring one of her buyers to your deal, you're not gonna pay her less than $5,000. Okay, it could be a really cheap deal. It could be a $50,000 deal, and she's always gonna get $5,000. And so, in my opinion, that's a benefit to you all because it's not a percentage thing. It's just, this is what my time is worth. I made X amount of dollars last year. I worked X amount of hours last year. Divide that up by how much ever hours you worked. This is how much I get paid per hour. This is how much my fee is. You know, it is what it is, you know. And a lot of times when you're working with investors, you're getting paid in 2 or 3 weeks, not, you know, not months. Okay. Honestly, that's like a big thing for Miss Anna with working with me. I'm closing in 14 days. So, and whenever she's bringing buyers to my deals, we're closing in 14 days. So that could really help out with the cash flow. All right. I hope this is good to somebody. And then, and then the last way I'm working with realtors is literally in the marketplace. So if they're at a RIA event and they're teaching, I'm right there because I want to be like the connector at the Real Estate Investors Association event. You know, if they're over an event, I want to be there speaking so I can, you know, so I can get more awareness in the market. If they're holding an event, if they having an open house, I'm trying to be there to help. Just like how Joe hit me up and says, "Hey, Sawand, I need this." You know, I'm down. Let's do it. let's do it. So just so you can get your brand and your message out there. So those are the ways, you know, me as an investor, I'm working with realtors, and I hope that helps you at all, or if you have a question at all about that, you can definitely ask it. I'm all about it. But let me tell you this too. One of the deals that I closed yesterday, this realtor has sold me 38 houses in the last 2 years. Okay. Miss Suzanne, she's with Keller Williams. And all of them all the deals that she brings me are off market, and it's literally just, hey, Sawand, here's the address. Let me know what you can do. If the seller accepts it, then amen, we'll do it. That's literally, that's how our conversations go. And well, sometimes she does kind of call me and talk about her ex-boyfriend, and her dog had died last year, and so she was crying about that, and she needed somebody to talk to. And actually this year she actually made it into the Keller Williams top closers or something, top whatever. And but she couldn't make the event because she was so busy, and so she wanted to talk to me about how she could delegate to virtual assistants. So that, I think everybody, I think there's an investor realtor relationship that has to be had. You have to have at least 2 or 3 investors that you're helping, in my opinion, because we're volume. I make money every time I buy. So if I'm not closing on one every week, there's something wrong. And so to have a realtor that's closing 2 or 3 deals with you every month, then that's going to help both of you guys, with the cash flow, with the volume. So.
And if she wants to come right over here, you can always send her my way.
We'll do. Honestly, people ask me about that. Like, hey, I'm about to get my license. Do you suggest a particular brokerage? So I'll definitely start suggesting that.
Oh, appreciate it, man. Yeah, send her my way. I'll give them the good, the bad, all of it, man.
Heck yeah, man. That's dope.
But question for you too, because you hit on something that made me think. So I'm not sure if this would work or not, but obviously, real estate right now is getting tough for buyers. How much wiggle room do you have if, say for instance, I bought you a buyer, like, hey, someone really wants this house and you're already under contract on it. Like, I know a lot of my lenders can close in 21 days. Would they be able to slide in there, or you just need someone who's all cash?
Not necessarily. I'm cool with me personally. I'm cool with working with people who want to get loans, and it's going to take a little bit longer to close. Okay. I'm totally fine with that. And that's the deal with Ashland. So the guy, like I said, he's buying it for 125, but he needs 45 days to close because he's bringing a loan. That's fine. That's fine. Me personally, I don't mind that because I'm mature enough in the business to know how to get money to wait whatever that time is out. So the private money loan that I got, even though I know the guy said 45 days, I got it for 8 months just in case, because you know how real estate is. Yeah. Something, it's not a deal until it closes, and then you still got to wait 5 days, but so working with a mature investor who actually has access to cash, maybe not is bringing cash, but has access to cash, it's fine with, being flexible on time. I really think it's okay. Yeah.
That changes my mindset, because I got a couple of buyers who I'm trying to get under contract, but we just keep getting beat out. So that's a good nugget, man.
Well, if you're getting beat out, so me, when I'm making MLS offers, I'm bringing high ass due diligence. Okay, I'm bringing screaming high due diligence. No contingencies right now, and and just being fast.
Yeah.
And just being fast. And so for you guys as agents, you might want to know what closing attorneys can move the fastest, because I know Ken Lucas can close in 3 days, but Innovative Closing Solutions, you got to at least have 14 days with them. So you being able to provide that, or knowing who's going to close the deal the quickest as far as the attorney goes, that'll help too. But when I'm making MLS offers, and I'm also waiting, it's no, with the MLS, it's no, it's tough. It's tough right now. But I will say, in January, I bought one off the MLS that had been listed for 2.5 years. Okay. have been listed for two, now on and off, but hadn't been sold, but it's been listed for 2.5 years. I bought that one in Brown Summit for like 35 grand, you know,
Good.
but I made him the offer for the last 2.5 years. I've been making the same offer to him, you know. So maybe as an agent, if you're working with investors or if you're buying yourself, you might have to be a little patient, you
Yeah.
know. It's totally fine. And I think that's cool with working with investors as well, because if you're working with the right ones, they understand, you know, they understand that it might not be, y'all might put in 20 offers this week and y'all might not get one, you know.
Yeah.
I think if you're working with the right investor and the right realtor combination, you might know that. It's totally fine. But we're gonna get one this month if we make another 20 again, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah. But that just comes with working with the right people.
And then question on that too. I won't hold you too much longer. I know it's almost 1 o'clock, but so working with investors as well. I work with a bunch. You know, some trying to see how to put this. Like sometimes they want to price the homes a little bit higher. If I'm listing it, then I feel like the market will allow.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you respectfully let them know, like, hey, this is a little
That's a
bit
good
higher
question.
than, like, you know, I wanna
Wow,
hurt
that is an amazing question. So what I typically teach investors to do, and I try to share to them, is we as investors, we're a business. So let's treat it like a business. Okay. And one of the best real estate businesses is an auction. Okay. So when we put it on the MLS, we should look at it like this is an auction. We're selling our house at an auction on the MLS. And so I like to start it a little bit lower so I can get as many eyes on it as possible in the first 2 days. So I can get as many showings as possible so we can create a little competition. And that's how I try to explain it to even to my realtor. When they say, when Miss Anna says, yo, Sawand, I think we're going to be able to get 189. Let's go in at 179. You know, let's put it up at 179, you know, because just the difference between the 7 and 8 is like 100 more offers. It's like 100 more eyes. You know, that's how I see it, you know. So I would, at the end of the day, our 179 is going to go over the 189, you know, because the wife's emotions kicks in, you know, the husband's aggravation, you know, from him looking at so many houses kicks in. And at that point, they're finally on the same page. So they're willing to negotiate a little bit. They're in their emotions now and they get the number a little higher than what you have it listed for, because there's so many people involved. So that's what I typically tell investors, like, bruh, that's not how you catch the fish. You know, that's not how you catch the fish. You don't have to, you know what I mean? That's not how you grab the girl's butt. You got to take it slow. You got to take it slow. You know, that's a real scenario. You don't just go up and grab the butt, you know, introduce yourself, get a phone number, you know. So that means we got to start at an aggressive, you know, we got to start an aggressive number, you know.
That makes sense. I like it. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
just again, to be respectful of your time, I won't hold you, but does anybody have any questions for Sawand before we let him go? Anything?
Do me a favor, everybody. I'm gonna drop my cell phone number. I'm gonna drop my cell phone number, and you guys text me just so you can lock me in. And like I said, I buy mainly in the triad. So between Brown Summit and like Winston-Salem, Pofftown, that kind of area, I'm cool with. Okay. One thing that you're gonna see, I don't know if it's gonna happen right now or not, but I'm seeing it more, is more people that have purchased higher. Okay. For whatever reason, they want to sell it, but they can't sell it because of what they owe. They purchased higher than they should, you know, within the last, 12 to 14 months. I'm seeing it in my leads, and they want to sell it now for whatever reason, but they can't, because if they sell it after their realtor fee, they're gonna have to come out of pocket. Okay, I'm seeing that just a little bit. It's coming up now in a couple of my leads. So if that comes up, hit me up, and we can come up with something creative to help your seller sell. But I'm down. I'm down. I'm that guy that's super creative, you know. So we're buying like an 8 unit from that same realtor. We're doing something creative with that. So I'm giving the seller like 2 of my houses, and I'm using that for my down payment. And we're going to put that number on paper for the bank to be able to finance the deal. So, you know what I mean? So If you guys have something in this area, we can figure out something. Heck yeah.
Shoot, I like it. I'll probably be hitting you up because I'm trying to get into some investment properties in the Greensboro, Winston-Salem area, man. So
Yeah.
definitely
The
get
only
that.
difference between trying is doing. So don't say trying, say do.
That's
You know.
cool.
So
I
yeah,
will get one by the end of the year. I like
yeah,
that.
let's do it. You know.
Not to steal anything from you, but this is me taking action. I will
For
do that.
sure.
will do it.
That's actually how I came up with my name. I quit my job and I was like, oh, this is me taking action. And I was like, oh, they got a ring to it.
I love it, man.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. For real. Let's make some money together, guys. And or if you're getting a pickle with an investor and you just want to talk about it, then let me know too.
Will do. Well,
Okay.
Sawand, I appreciate your time, man. If there's anything I can do to bring value, please let me know. And yeah, I guess I'll hit you up sooner than later, man.
Heck yeah, we'll do. Y'all have a blessed day, guys.
Thank
Oh,
you.
You too, brother.
No problem.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for joining. We'll be back same time tomorrow. I think we have a lender tomorrow, I want to say. Don't know off the top of my head, but I think it's a lender. But I'll see y'all in the next one.
Thanks, Joe.
Oh, no problem. See you, Ginger. Bye, guys.